Raising capital is the #1 way to grow a real estate business, especially if you don't have any capital to begin with. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through how I raised $15 million in 15 months and exactly how you can replicate the system. Let's go. Hey there, my name is Mike Fritz. I'm the founder of Titanium Capital Investments and Power Up Real Estate. My greatest passion on this channel is helping investors and entrepreneurs just like you grow their wealth, grow their income, make a difference so that you can be positioned to live the life you want. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and also smash that bell notification so you get notified every time we do a video, and also hit that thumbs up button so more people find us so that they can continue to benefit like you're about to right now. Raising capital, probably my favorite thing to do in the world. I love to talk to investors about how to place their money in investments that grow it and them not having to do any of the work. But let me tell you who are watching this, if you've never raised capital before, this is going to give you a lot of understanding of how I really built my capital gain, but also if you know about it and you've thought about doing it, but you're missing out on a huge opportunity. Even if you have capital and have a lot of capital, I tell other people, even if you have capital, raising capital is still a way to scale your life. We've bought 450 units in the last 2 years, and I haven't used any of my own money. So again, it's really powerful for you to leverage other people's money, and they're looking for deals most likely that you invest in and looking for investment opportunities like that. So how did I really do this? How did I raise so much money so quickly? And believe me, this is not because I'm this great person. This is just because this system works. It's a very strategic system. Anybody can do it. Believe me, you're talking to somebody that graduated high school with a 1.9 GPA. If I can do it, believe me, you can do it. So you just got to understand the system and the strategy of how to start raising money. The very first thing I did to start raising money is, number one, I picked a lane. I picked a type of real estate I became known for. That means there's so many different real estate investments to do. In fact, probably one of the most diverse industries in the world. You can fix and flip houses. You can buy and hold houses. You can wholesale properties. You can do single family. You can do duplex. You can do 3 units. You can do commercial. And in commercial, you can do multifamily, storage units, mobile home parks, retail, industrial, office, student housing. You can do so many different options. I know a lot of people that invest in notes. We did an interview with Scott Carson. He's a note investor. He buys notes. I have another friend that does overages. A lot of times people, when they pay their taxes, or somebody repos their house, there's an overage there, meaning they're actually owed money, but they don't know that. And somebody connects with those owners, helps them get money, and they take a piece of it. Doesn't cost any money. There's so many different ways to buy real estate. But if you don't become known for a lane, you'll always struggle to raise capital. Because if somebody comes to you and says, oh, I've got some capital for real estate, and I say, okay, well, what do you like? We can do this and this and this. They get so confused, and there's an old statement in business, a confused customer never buys. And so, but when you become known for the thing, I am a multifamily real estate investor. I don't really invest in anything else, nothing. I invest in multifamily real estate with other people's money. Well, great. I'm an investor in multifamily real estate. So if they come to me and they say, I'm looking more short-term for fix and flips, I want to get my money back faster. Okay, well, I know some great people that do that. Let me make that connection. But that's not me. Oh, and by the way, side note, if somebody comes to you and wants a different style of real estate, you partner on that other style of real estate and you take a percentage of that deal because you brought the money. You don't have to be the expert. You can actually just slide them over to somebody who does that every single day, and you can make money just for making the introduction. That's how people really make money in real estate. But let's get back to the content. That was just bonus material. The truth is, if you want to do it, you got to pick a lane. So pick a piece of real estate, pick a style that you really like. So if you're going to do fix and flips, do you love managing contractors? You're going to do wholesaling. Do you love finding off-market deals? You're going to do multifamily. Do you love raising capital and working with banks and working with property managers? Because that's what you're going to be doing. Working with brokers. Figure out what you love and stick there and stay there for years. Raise your first 10 million on one piece of real estate. I raised 15 million for multifamily, and I'm still raising money for multifamily. It's actually a lot more. We had a fund call us 2 days ago that has $30 million, and they need to deploy it in the next year. $30 million bucks. So again, when fund managers reach out like that, they've got tons of capital to invest. If I'm like, well, I do this and this and this and this and this, they're like, we need a specialist. We need somebody who knows what they're doing in a single piece of real estate. And that's me. And in the multifamily game. Now, if they came to me and said, we're really looking at storage units. Okay, that's fine. That's just not me. That's not what I do. I do multifamily. And I know when I started off, and you may think this too. You may think, yeah, but if I do that, I feel like I'm going to miss out on capital. Like if I just stick here, then what about people who want to invest every other place? I'm going to miss out on opportunity. Believe me, when you become the person known in an area, there's an old statement, there's riches and niches. When you pick a niche and you pick a lane that you are good at, more people want to invest in what you do. And again, I just told you, if you move that investor over to another asset and somebody else who does that, you can take a piece of that for bringing in the capital. That's a powerful way to leverage your network without having to learn a whole nother asset of real estate. The second thing I did is I leveraged my network. I went into my phone and I scrolled down every single contact. On an iPhone, you can scroll all the way to the bottom and you can see how many contacts you have in your phone. So I scrolled all the way to the bottom, saw how many contacts I had, and I took out a piece of paper. I scrolled all the way back to the top, and I just scrolled through my phone slow and wrote down every name that I thought would be interested in having a conversation about real estate. Just wrote every name down. Boom, boom, boom. Just wrote every name down. And guess what I did? I reached out to them. Hey, I got an asset. Interested? If you're interested in investing, let me know. I reached out to every single one. Right? I did the same thing on my Facebook friends list. Pulled up Facebook, scrolled down every single Facebook friend, just wrote down people I thought would be interested in a conversation about real estate. But let me pause here and do a quick side note. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is assuming people don't have money because you look, oh, they don't live in a very nice house, they don't drive a very nice car. Let me tell you something. They have money. A lot of people have money that don't value that, right? I used to have a friend that owned a company that was worth millions and millions of dollars. His house was gorgeous. You go down, he had a full basketball court in his basement. So very, very, very wealthy guy. But he drove what we called the white ghost. It was a white 1993 Jeep that was beat to death, held together by chicken wire. You see a guy showing up like, he doesn't have any money. He's a very wealthy man. Don't make assumptions based on that because people may not value that. He just didn't care about cars at all. He didn't care about that. What he cared about was experience. I always went away on great vacations and that kind of stuff. That's what he wanted. So again, you don't make the decision for people. So inside your network, you might see somebody and be like, they wouldn't be interested. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. But you also do want to make a cursory look at your list and see who's more investment and opportunity minded, who's always thinking about growing. Those are the people that are often greatest. So first is I picked a lane. Second, I leveraged my network. The third thing I did is I expanded my network. I started going to a lot of events. I started to join masterminds and meet people, and I continue to build relationships with people that thought about investing in real estate. So not only your own network, but the next thing you need to do is expand that network and grow that network. And so again, the more you grow your network, the more potential investors are going to be inside of that network. And that's one of the things that I love to do. I'm a kind of a networker by nature. And so I love to go out and meet people and talk to people and connect with people and get more people excited about what I do. The fourth thing I did is I consistently contacted people. So I'd reach out to some people if they'd be interested in investing, and they said, you know what, I'm not ready right now. We're thinking about refinancing our house in a month or two, so maybe reach out in a few months. Okay, great. I wrote that down, and I'd reach out in a few months. Hey, just wanted to circle back. If you're interested in investing, let me know. I've got a couple spots and some deals I'm doing. Let me know if that interests you. Sooner or later, it hits, and somebody's like, yeah, I am interested in investing in real estate. And so, again, I consistently contacted people. Consistency in the capital game is maybe more important than anything else. Consistently reaching out, consistently showing up, consistently seeking to grow your network, expand your network, and leverage your network. That's really, really, really big. So make sure you understand that consistency with contacts is probably going to be the reason you raise money. And the fifth thing I did is I started creating content. Not only this YouTube channel, I started a podcast, and as I began to post that stuff on social media, people started seeing me as an expert. The person who controls the content controls the game. And so you have to understand is when you start creating content, what do people see you as? An expert. And they feel like they can trust an expert. So start creating content. Think about this for a minute. What is the root word of authority? It's author. An author is seen as an authority. That's the root word. It's where the word came from. And when you author content, whether written or spoken or voice with podcasts or whatever it is, the more content you author, the more expertise you're going to be seen with. But let me tell you something real quick. You might say, Mike, but I don't really know a ton about real estate. This is cool. That actually shouldn't stop you from creating content. And I'll tell you why. When I first started, I didn't know near as much as I know today either. But here's what I did. I started a podcast and I started to interview people that did know. Not only did I learn by doing that podcast, I interviewed tons of people with different expertises. I interviewed a fix and flip guy, I interviewed my multifamily mentor. I interviewed all kinds of people. I didn't have to know anything. I just had to know how to ask questions. So whether you're going to do a podcast or YouTube channel or on your Instagram or on TikTok or whatever versions you're going to be leveraging of whatever new social media that's hitting, because it seems like there's a new one every other week. So when there's a new social platform that blows up and you want to leverage that, just interview people. And as you continue to learn, you'll have a lot more to say. But I will say this, the more deals you do, the more you'll have to say. I can tell you the more deals I did, the more content I could create. And the more content I created, people started seeing Mike as an expert in the financial and real estate and business game. And so you can do the same thing. By creating content, people see you as a huge, huge potential for investing. So again, make sure that you pick one medium to deliver content to the world, because it sets you apart as an expert. I did all this, and it ended up equaling about $15 million in 15 months that I raised. But there's a bonus tip, and this is number 6, is a bonus tip. Partnering can skyrocket your capital game. And this is what I mean. Let's say you find a deal, partner with somebody else who's really great at raising money and bring that capital in on the deal. Then you can spike the amount of capital you raised without you having to have the network to raise that capital. And I did that on a couple deals in my career where I'm like, man, this is a good deal, but I don't know how I'm going to raise all that money. I brought in a partner, they raised the money, and we were able to partner up on the deal. So don't think by raising $15 million in 15 months that I raised every single. I partnered with people that could raise. Now, I still got to benefit from that money. That's why I count it as a money raised, because it was my network I still leveraged for partnerships. So this is why expanding your network is important. Going to events, joining Facebook groups, getting in masterminds. Those are people that could be great opportunities for you to connect with. If you want to raise capital, this is the place to learn to do it. We have a lot of videos on our channel about raising capital. Make sure you go around and look at all those. And I also have a free gift for you, our free multifamily masterclass. Our free multifamily masterclass where it teaches you how to invest in multifamily real estate. And in there, we talk a lot about how to leverage private capital to do just that. So go into the description, click that link, and you can get the free 60-minute training on the free multifamily masterclass so you can start buying real estate immediately. I'll see you in the next video.